Full House was far more than just a sitcom. It was a cultural touchstone, a show that made us laugh, cry, and believe in the power of family through good times and bad. But behind its heartwarming stories were talented actors who brought these characters to life, some of whom are sadly no longer with us. What were their real stories? What did they achieve outside this beloved series? And what legacies did they leave behind? Stay with us as we reveal inspiring, sometimes heartbreaking stories of 9 beloved Full House actors who passed away, stories that deserve to be remembered. Bert Kramer as Mr. Kenner. Born on October 10, 1934, in San Diego, California, Bert Kramer was already a seasoned performer by the time he guest-starred on Full House in 1991. He was 57 years old when he stepped into the role of Mr. Kenner, a warm-hearted and steady school staff member who offered support to DJ Tanner during a vulnerable and emotionally complex time in her teenage life. Although Mr. Kenner appeared in just one episode, Bert Kramer's calm, empathetic presence and convincing delivery left a lasting impression on the show's fans. Beyond Full House, Kramer had built a solid reputation in television across multiple decades. He was perhaps best known for portraying Mike Fitzpatrick, the devoted blue-collar father in the 1977 CBS family drama The Fitzpatricks. That series, though short-lived, showcased Kramer's ability to portray working-class dignity and paternal warmth, earning him a devoted following. He also made notable guest appearances on popular shows of the era, including Dallas, where he played Bruce Harvey, and Dynasty, adding to his list of roles as trustworthy, steady characters who quietly held their families or communities together. In addition to these credits, Kramer appeared on daytime soap operas like The Young and the Restless and Another World, demonstrating his flexibility as an actor and his ability to move between prime-time drama and daytime serials. His work in these soaps was praised for being grounded and authentic, and colleagues spoke highly of his professionalism on set. Kramer was known to be intensely private in his personal life. There is no public record of him marrying or having children, and he largely avoided the limelight outside of acting. His estimated net worth at the time of his passing was around $200,000, modest compared to many of his Hollywood contemporaries. Bert Kramer passed away on June 20, 2001 at the age of 66 after an illness that was not widely publicized, consistent with how he had lived, quietly and with dignity. He was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, an iconic resting place for many of the entertainment industry's greats. Though his name may not be as instantly recognized as some, those who worked with him and those who remember his guest appearances will always recall the sincerity, respect, and subtle strength he brought to every performance, whether in a starring role or a brief but memorable cameo. Robert Arthur as the minister. Robert Arthur, born on November 18, 1925, in Aberdeen, Washington, grew up far from the bright lights of Hollywood. Yet he would go on to make his mark in classic American cinema. By the time he appeared on Full House in 1991 at age 66, Arthur had already established a respectable acting resume stretching back to Hollywood's golden era. In the Full House episode titled The Wedding, Arthur portrayed the gentle and dignified minister presiding over one of the show's most emotionally resonant ceremonies. Although his role was brief, he brought a warm, believable gravitas that helped the wedding scene feel heartfelt and genuine, leaving a strong impression on viewers. Arthur's career was rooted in the 1940s and 1950s Hollywood. He earned recognition starring in 12 O'Clock High, a highly acclaimed World War II drama, alongside Gregory Peck. Arthur played Lieutenant Jesse Bishop, a young pilot who struggled to prove himself connected powerfully with audiences. His performance in 12 O'Clock High is still regarded by film historians as one of his finest. He followed that with a featured role in Yellow Sky, directed by the legendary William A. Wellman, acting alongside screen icons Gregory Peck and Ann Baxter. The film, a tense western about gold prospectors clashing with an isolated community, showcased Arthur's versatility and ease in ensemble casts. Arthur also appeared in a number of other films throughout the late 1940s and early 1950s, including Mother is a Freshman and You're in the Navy Now, demonstrating a range that allowed him to navigate drama, comedy, and war stories with equal skill. After the 1950s, he gradually shifted to occasional guest roles on television before retiring from acting, choosing a quieter life away from Hollywood's intense spotlight. He married but kept his family life extremely private, and there is no widely reported information about children or later relationships. When he passed away on October 1, 2008, at the age of 83 in Aberdeen, Washington, he was remembered fondly in his community. He died of natural causes and was laid to rest at Fernhill Cemetery in Aberdeen. At the time of his death, his estate was estimated at around $300,000. A modest sum reflecting his steady but relatively low-key career. Carl Wilson as himself. Born on December 21, 1946 in Hawthorne, California, Carl Dean Wilson was just 42 years old when he made a guest appearance as himself on the Full House episode The Legend of Ranger Joe in 1990. The storyline featured Wilson performing with the Tanner family's beloved puppet, Ranger Joe, bringing a joyful musical cameo that perfectly tied into the show's themes of family, nostalgia, and fun. His easygoing presence and authentic California spirit added a layer of heartfelt, sunny charm that matched the Beach Boys' legacy. As a founding member of the Beach Boys, Carl Wilson was instrumental in creating the group's instantly recognizable sound. His rich tenor voice graced classics such as God Only Knows, Good Vibrations, and Wouldn't It Be Nice, while his precise guitar work anchored the band's intricate harmonies and innovative arrangements. Among fans and fellow musicians, Carl was known as the steady, peacekeeping heart of the group, balancing the often turbulent dynamic between his brothers Brian and Dennis Wilson. Beyond music, Carl's personal life was rooted in family. In 1987, he married Gina Martin, daughter of legendary entertainer Dean Martin, and they shared 2 children together, Jonah and Justin Wilson. Carl was known to be a devoted and gentle father, and those close to him described him as kind, soft-spoken, and deeply spiritual. Despite tremendous success, Carl maintained a down-to-earth lifestyle. At the time of his death, his estate was estimated around $20 million, reflecting decades of work on international tours, record sales, and royalties from one of America's most influential bands. Tragically, Carl Wilson was diagnosed with lung cancer in 1997 after a lifetime of heavy smoking. He continued to perform during treatment, showing his dedication to the Beach Boys and their fans even while undergoing chemotherapy. Carl passed away on February 6, 1998, at just 51 years old, leaving a heartbreaking void in the world of music. He was buried at Westwood Memorial Park in Los Angeles, close to other entertainment legends, and his gravesite remains a quiet place of remembrance for fans worldwide. Carl Wilson's remarkable blend of musical genius, humility, and genuine warmth continues to inspire musicians and fans alike, ensuring his legacy as one of the true voices of America's musical golden age will never fade. Mary Pat Gleason as Jennifer Sansey. Mary Pat Gleason was born on February 23, 1950, in Lake City, Minnesota, and grew up with an early love of performance that would eventually blossom into a long and respected acting career. At 42 years old, she appeared on Full House in the 1992 Thanksgiving episode, The Miracle of Thanksgiving, where she played Jennifer Sansey, an assertive but well-meaning fiancée whose presence stirred up family tension and comedic misunderstandings during the Tanner family's holiday. Though her character initially ruffled feathers, Gleason's genuine warmth and comedic timing made Jennifer endearing by the end of the episode, striking a balance between chaos and compassion that resonated with fans. Outside of Full House, Gleason's acting resume was both deep and varied. She was a Daytime Emmy Award-winning writer for her contributions to The Guiding Light, where she also played Jane Hogan from 1983 to 1985. Beyond daytime television, Gleason made memorable appearances on shows like The West Wing, Friends, Will and Grace, Desperate Housewives, and How to Get Away with Murder. Her film credits were equally impressive, including her lovable role as Eleanor in A Cinderella Story, starring Hilary Duff, which showcased her gift for delivering heartfelt humor. Mary Pat Gleason was known for her openness about living with bipolar disorder, becoming an advocate for mental health awareness, and sharing her story in one-woman performances such as Stopping Traffic, which detailed her own struggles and triumphs. Despite a career in the public eye, she kept her personal relationships private, with no confirmed records of a spouse or children. At the time of her passing, her estate was estimated at around $500,000, reflecting her decades of steady work in both television and film. On June 2, 2020, Gleason died at the age of 70 after battling cancer. According to her loved ones, she chose to have her ashes scattered at sea, a tribute to her lifelong love of nature and the ocean's sense of peace. Fans and colleagues alike continue to remember Mary Pat Gleason for her authentic portrayals, her sparkling sense of humor, and her generous spirit, which shone through in every role she took on. Her legacy is one of courage, laughter, and an enduring reminder of how even brief appearances, like her unforgettable Thanksgiving guest spot on Full House, can leave a lasting impression. Lois Nettleton as Nedra Donaldson. Lois Nettleton was born on August 16, 1927, and appeared on Full House in 1990 at age 63 as Nedra Donaldson, a composed, wise presence during the Tanner family's challenges. Even with brief screen time, she left a graceful impression on viewers. Lois Nettleton had an incredible resume, including classic shows like The Twilight Zone and The Bob Newhart Show, and she won 2 Emmy Awards during her career. She was married to actor Gene Shepard but had no children. Her estate was worth around $1 million at the time of her passing. Lois Nettleton died on January 19, 2008, aged 80, from lung cancer. She was buried at St. Raymond's Cemetery in New York. Her elegance and voice acting legacy, including work on The Jetsons, remain beloved. Doris Roberts as Claire Tanner. Doris Roberts was born on November 4, 1925, and was 62 years old when she joined Full House in 1987 as Claire Tanner, the loving grandmother who supported Danny Tanner and his daughters. She became an audience favorite with her mix of humor and heart. Doris Roberts was best known for playing Marie Barone on Everybody Loves Raymond, a role that earned her multiple Emmy Awards, and she appeared in Remington Steele as well. She was married twice and had 1 son. Her net worth was estimated around $14 million. Roberts passed away on April 17, 2016, aged 90, from a stroke. She is remembered for her sharp comedic timing and warmth that lit up every scene she graced. Jack Krusian as Papuli. Jack Krusian was born on March 20, 1922, and played Papuli on Full House at age 69 in 1991. Papuli was the affectionate great-grandfather whose visit taught heartfelt lessons and left a huge mark on fans in just 1 episode. Krusian had a distinguished career, with an Oscar nomination for The Apartment and an appearance in McLintock, alongside John Wayne. Married to Mary Pender, he had no children. His estimated estate was about $750,000. Jack Krusian died on April 2, 2002, at age 80, of natural causes. He was known for delivering moving performances that blended wisdom and humor. Ann B. Davis as Alice Nelson. Ann B. Davis was born on May 3, 1926, and was 62 years old when she made a special cameo on Full House, portraying Alice Nelson in a fun cross-sitcom appearance. Fans of the Brady Bunch were thrilled to see her bridging two classic family sitcom worlds. Ann B. Davis was, of course, most famous for her long-running role as Alice on the Brady Bunch, and she also had a successful theater career. She never married and had no children. Her estate was valued at about $2 million. Ann B. Davis passed away on June 1, 2014, at age 88 after a fall. She left behind a legacy of warmth, humor, and a timeless portrayal of one of TV's most beloved housekeepers, Alice Herson, as Irma Tanner. Born March 10, 1930, Alice Herson was 58 years old when she played Irma Tanner in the Full House episode Grandma's House, adding a sweet, grandmotherly energy to the storyline. Her performance reminded viewers of the importance of family connection. Outside Full House, Herson was known for her roles in Dallas and Ellen, demonstrating great range from drama to comedy. Married to actor Stephen Elliott until his passing, she had one son. As of 2025, she is still alive at 95 years old. Her net worth is estimated at $1.5 million. Alice Herson has continued to make occasional television appearances and remains a respected figure in classic TV circles. Her contributions to Full House are fondly remembered. As we look back on these incredible performers, we're reminded that Full House was more than a show. It was a true community of talented people who poured their hearts into every role. Though some of these wonderful actors have left us, their humor, heart, and spirit live on in every episode, inspiring generations of fans to come. Thank you for keeping their memories alive with us, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Full House moments in the comments. Stay tuned for more stories celebrating the legends behind the shows we love.